What's up, guys? Welcome to a very out of breath, fast paced hikey episode. Only the first part of this is fast paced because I'm running behind because I took too long with dinner. So we have a forest fire. I went outside to time lapse it and I'm in no way excited about that. It sucks. However, it does present a unique opportunity to get some seriously crazy apocalyptic looking skies. And the sucky thing is, this forest fire is like 12 miles north of my town, and my town borders on the Gila National Forest, which is 3 million beautiful acres of mountain foresty happiness, minus about 750 acres which are on fire right now. Here, let me adjust the settings and I'll show you. So yeah, crazy forest fire, really sucks. Wish it wasn't happening. Can't breathe, very smoky. But I'm gonna try and see if I can get a good time. I got a good time lapse yesterday. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a different time lapse today. And then hopefully that way is clear and that is south. That's where the Milky Way is gonna rise. Moon rises at 11:25. No, 12:08. 12:08 tonight, moon rises. So I have from 10 p.m. until 12:08, 2 hours and 8 minutes to capture the Milky Way. And I'm gonna give you guys some tips for long exposures, some settings, good practices. But for now, let's get hiking. All right, my cozy setup is complete. So that turned out interesting. Definitely got really good time lapses of the seriously depressing fire. So I found this really cool tree and I want to do some long exposures of it. And I'm not going to walk you through my settings. It's not gonna be that kind of video because I want this to be a little more all-encompassing. So I'm gonna give you 3 tips to help you with long exposures. And I'm doing this at nighttime, but these are for any type of long exposures. Like if you're doing it during the day and you have a filter on or waterfalls or whatever, any type of long exposures, these are gonna be 3 tips that are gonna help you out to get the most stable, steady, crisp shot that you can. Wow, we can feel the warm air from the fire coming right there. I took this shot of the fire. I don't have my long lenses because somebody else advised that I not bring them. Not the other voices in his head. Camera lady. Shh. All right, first tip: long exposure. Oh, my leg's still broken. I zip tied it. The whole leg came off, and well, Brittany zip tied it. It works, I guess. It's flappy. First thing, on a tripod, first tip, 2-second timer or 10-second timer. Both of those are usually built into the camera and you can do either one. I usually just go with 2-second, but if you want it really stable or just to make sure, whatever, then 10-second timer is usually built in. That'll help a lot. All right, I don't guess I need that right in front of me. Second tip, mirror lockup. So a lot of your cameras, if you go into the settings, will have a mirror lockup if it's a DSLR. If it is a mirrorless like this, then you do not have to worry about that. So let's give you another tip that, third tip. We'll just go with third tip. Tip number 3. This is counterintuitive and a lot of people don't realize this, but if you're on a tripod and you're doing a long exposure, if your lens has image stabilization, turn it off. And this is because the image stabilization has it moves things around inside your lens, and it compensates for when your lens is moving. But if your lens isn't moving and the image stabilization is turned on, then that thing might still be moving and rotating and actually causing shake instead of fixing it. So if you're doing long exposure, you're on a tripod, you have an image stabilized lens, turn it off. That will definitely help. All right.
Your camera just floated to you. It looked awesome.
All right, well, we're keeping that in.
Maybe leave that in.
Yeah. Third tip, if you have a lens hood, take it off. So I've mentioned this, and this is wind specific. So if it's breezy or windy or whatever, and if you like live where I do, which you probably don't because I'd probably know you then, it's really windy. If you're in windy conditions, take your lens hood off, because the lens hood can act like a sailboat. It'll just pick up more wind, especially with longer lenses. So that's your third tip. Take your lens hood off. And if you have filters on, then obviously you probably already have the lens hood off. But if you don't, take the lens hood off. Okay, last tip, bonus tip. The wider the focal length, the more forgiving the footage is going, or the image is going to be in terms of shaking for longer exposure. So if you have a zoom lens, like this is 24-70, and if I zoom it out to 70 and then I leave it open for 30 seconds, all of the problems that we just talked about are going to be amplified because of the increase in the focal length. So if you can shoot wider, and especially if you shoot longer, like when you're doing astro stuff, usually you want to shoot wider anyways, unless you're doing like real astro stuff, like when I did this Andromeda shot at 200 millimeters. But I definitely took the lens cap off for that and did the mirror lockup and all of that good stuff. And this is like a super ultra bonus tip. And this is something that I mess up all the time. And I'm gonna like give this to you guys straight. Turn your image stabilization back on when you're done. Because I forget to do that so often. All right, so I don't know if you can hear that or not that cricket. But there is a pack of wild puppies over there that are yapping, and their yapping is getting closer, and that means that we need to go away. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I went over or didn't go over concerning how to get good long exposure shots, or anything that I did in the settings or anything like that, leave those in the comments below, and I'll definitely answer them. Subscribe if you haven't already. I've got new videos every week. Hit that like button if this video helped you out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, if I don't get eaten by puppies. All right. Let's go, like the wind.